Rise and shine. Good morning to you. Good morning. It is 8:03 on a Monday morning. I'm Wesh 2 First Warning meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week, chat about what's going on in the world of weather, hopefully get your day started off on the right note. I can tell you that this morning, certainly we are tracking the tropics. All eyes are on Tropical Storm Imelda. The storm getting a little more intense over the last few hours' time. There we go. I'm like, what's going on here? 8 o'clock intermediate advisory. Winds are now up to 50 miles an hour as the storm bursts convection. And I'll even point out, just in looking at the satellite imagery here over the last few minutes' time, there has been a healthy firing of convection. Let's just, call a spade a spade. It's moving away from Nassau. I think that this is when Imelda becomes a stronger tropical storm and eventually makes that push toward hurricane intensity. Let's come in a little closer and you can really see right around Marsh Harbor there, right? Look at that, just within the last few minutes' time. So it is getting better organized. The hurricane hunters have been finding the storm looking better and better on their data. Here's the forecast from the National Hurricane Center. Relatively unchanged from yesterday, if not making a harder right-hand turn. But this is really good. This is really good stuff. Expected to be a stronger tropical storm by this afternoon. Their forecast calls for winds of 60 miles an hour by 2. And our team is working around the clock. 2 o'clock tomorrow morning, winds should be around 70 miles an hour. And then notice that hard right turn away from us. So the progression of Imelda will play out very favorably for the United States. This should not make landfall on the United States. That said, though, we are calling for impact weather today and tomorrow in our coastal communities because we are logging some very, very rough surf, some significant rip currents, and of course, just the idea that as there's a tropical storm, eventually hurricane off of our coastline, things are going to be rough. Let me take you outside live. This is one of our cameras we have access to. This is on the Weather Stem Network. Okay, this is at the Volusia County Beach Safety, and we can very clearly see that the wave action is building. It's picking up there. All right, let's head up to Flagler County and see what's doing here on our weather stem camera up this direction. And, the camera bouncing around just a little bit. Things are rough. Now, I would also add that in Flagler, we're watching one of those downpours coming ashore. Remember that when you have a tropical system, when you get those squalls moving in, those little feeder bands, that's when we get those gusts kind of picking on up. And here in Flagler, that's definitely what's showing up. So let's take a look at winds right now. We'll start there and just kind of see the sustained winds running about 5-10 miles an hour or so. Let's look at our gusts so far. And the good news is we haven't seen anything dangerous, nothing overly powerful, but we will be tracking gusts over the course of the day today. So that said, let's get right over to First Warning live radar and see where we're at here. Okay, Flagler County, let me start with you. That was a shot up around Marineland, and certainly there's some of those pockets of rain coming on in Palm Coast. A little bit of rain, looks like some heavier stuff trying to track into Marineland there. More out here toward Crescent Beach, just for check and balance, making sure that there's no rotation in there. This is not the side of the storm that we typically have to deal with tornadoes, so that's good. Marion County, watching rains right over Ocala there. Certainly going to be pockets of very, very heavy rainfall. So just something to keep in mind there. And then into the metro, come out to the live sweep, and thankfully we're not looking at anything really impactful into the metro. So it's a nice, quiet, but cloudy start to the day across town. Linda says in Flagler, we are definitely getting the gusts. I would have absolutely suspected that. And yes, I would suspect that that will continue. On and off again through the course of the day today, tonight, and even into tomorrow. Okay. So what would I tell you to wear? Whether it be for school, whether it be for work, we're looking at plenty of opportunities for rainfall, which means you want your umbrellas handy. I brought mine. Okay. Into the weathers. I have a smaller one, but this is, when I'm really expecting rains, I always bring this one. It's my Wesh umbrella. But if you get a gusty downpour, it's not like an umbrella is going to do much good for you, but if you know, you know. And obviously you're sitting here watching a weather guy do a Facebook and YouTube and Twitter live, so you probably want to be prepared for the weather, I would suspect. So there you go. That's what you need to wear, so to speak, what you need to get you out the door. Okay. All right. So the storm system moves away. As it does move away, we are less and less impacted by it, but it's still something that we need to track. Tammy's asking, so does this mean we are safe to put up the spooky decor? I mean, we're looking at gusts today, so let's just hang out a couple more days. I didn't get, the kids, if I can spell that. The kids have been asking to put up Halloween decorations, and I've not really done the outside stuff yet because we've got. I mean, look at today. Okay, this is going to be lunchtime today. 15, 20, gusting 25 to 30, right? So, I would say it's probably not quite time yet to put the stuff up. I would say we're not quite there yet, but we're getting there, right? Watch these gusts through the day. Yeah. 1, 2 o'clock, gusting to 26, gusting to 30, 32 miles an hour there. 30 this afternoon, continuing with gusts and downpours around. So, what essentially we want to do, okay, just to be honest with you, I would say probably best to wait until this overall pattern starts to drop off. Okay, so notice our rain chances are going to be a bit lower on Wednesday, right? So we're going to look better there. That's when I think that the winds are going to be a bit calmer, and that's when I think you're going to be able to put up the spooky stuff. Okay, so that's my thought. That's when I'll get the kids pushed off until, right? That said, for the coastline, we are calling for impact weather today and tomorrow. Okay, because obviously, as Imelda passes along the shoreline, gusty winds, large breaking waves, it's going to be a bit messy there. So, probably best to keep all of that stuff quiet from blowing around, right? Anything else lurking around the Gulf? Gene Rowan's asking. So, no, tropically, we're actually doing pretty okay. There's Umberto on the right. Here's kind of a better shot of the both of them. Where is it? I know I've got you. No. Where are we at? Most recently updated. Come on. Here it is. Maybe? No. Well, there's both of them. Doesn't have a banner, but I digress. So, yeah, there's nothing in the Gulf. You've got Umberto on the left, or excuse me, on the right. You've got Imelda on the left. So, yeah, at the moment, we're tracking two systems with nothing else trying to get going anytime soon. Okay, so that's kind of the overall weather setup. All right, but we have these little pieces of energy, this moisture that'll be sneaking on in from time to time. We're going to be just fine, my friends. All right, so here's a look at the forecast then for the day ahead today. Okay, opportunity for rain morning, noon, and night. Temperatures today climbing into the mid range of the 80s. All right, questions, comments, concerns? I'll pop up the 7-day forecast while we're chatting about that. Galen, good morning to you. Good morning. Matt, Umberto looks like an eye replacement cycle. It was super tight and narrow. Umberto is a powerful storm. It made it to category 3 intensity. I just need to sneak over here and get my TV set up. It made it to category 5 intensity briefly and then started to kind of tick back down. So there's that. Mickey says, very sunny here in Edgewater. Hey, enjoy that. Nothing wrong with that at all. While the rest of us are having to track some rains. Let's see. Where's weather? Where are we at? Oh, it's the 8 o'clock show. That's why I was in the wrong show. Stand by. Where are we at? Where are we at? Okay. Why ice storms? Okay. Got it. Let me find a tower cam here. It's wild to see both systems next to each other. Oh, totally is. We've had 1.72 inches since midnight here in Flagler and a lot of heavy downpours before midnight. Oh, yeah. Let's do Port Canaveral on TV. Does that sound good? That works for me. I love the fact that you don't hype everything, but you do show points of concern so that the communities can be prepared as the weatherman. You're, oh, well, thank you, Keith. I appreciate it. Listen, that's my goal. I'm going to show you what I see. I'm going to keep you calm as best I can. We're going to look at the data together. All right, that's all set. I'm going to set up my TV hit. That's fine. That's fine. We'll do that. All right. All right, looking good. Let's see here. I'll get to the tropical models in a little bit. We'll look at the ensembles, etc. Major C202. Hey, Burris, do you ever sleep? Not enough. I wish I did. We need rain in Ocala. Thankful for the dumping right now. I was going to say, I feel like I was watching some rain on the tower cam just a little bit ago. Becca says, this is the first time I'm seeing the new graphics. Love it. Sweet. Very good. Thank you. I'm glad that you like it. It's been a lot of work on it. Walter's asking, anything coming off Africa? We'll look at the tropical models in just a little bit. All right. Let's see here. We're not in a full moon, so at least tides are not as bad as they could be. Yeah. Morning, everyone. Going straight to detention. Got to do what you got to do, David. Evelyn's asking, are we doing a field trip today? We are doing a field trip today. Yes, since I'm on the air. Listen, every day now, during Coffee Talk, if I've got to go do a hit, we're going to do a field trip together. So there you go. I look forward to Coffee Talk every day. Regina, I appreciate you. I do too. It's fun. And you guys are always giving me like ideas of what I should be talking about. So you're painfully helpful. All right, I'm coming up at the desk. Let's go. Let's go do our field trip. Is Cam here to announce the dew points? No, we were able to give her the day off.
Yeah, amazing work here. Now look at the design on that plaque. It has a palm tree and it's right inside a heart. The students say that tree represents Lee County, while the heart symbolizes people coming together in times of disaster. And they hope the plaque continues to inspire community resilience and strength.
And entire towns in Southwest Florida were wiped away by storm surge. Now a new AI-powered dashboard is helping track recovery efforts from Hurricane Ian. The storm brought 13-foot storm surge and extremely strong wind to Sanibel Island.
Thank you, Terry.
The bridge to the island was torn apart in several sections. Homes and businesses were destroyed. 3 years later, the island's recovery efforts are still underway.
Yep, field trip. Yes, David.
Over to the desk. Oh yeah. Let's fit into the key.
The Sanibel Solutions dashboard tracks the island's economic, tourism, and housing recovery. That data is then used to help island leaders identify recovery gaps before making evidence-based decisions. For example, the dashboard shows that beach parking revenues making a comeback, while condo sales are still struggling. And our national data team is looking into the trends of previous hurricanes. They found since 1851, 309 storms have made landfall in the continental U.S. with hurricane strength wind. Of those, 125 were Category 1 storms, only 4 were Category 5. And the most recent Category 5 storm to make landfall was Hurricane Michael in 2018.
That really devastated throughout the Panhandle.
Yeah.
And we're bringing in first warning meteorologist Eric Burris talking about this I-named storm here. We've got Imelda, and it is expected to grow in strength to a hurricane.
Yes.
How's it looking right now?
It's getting better organized. In the last few hours, we've seen it. You've seen that bubbling, the colors, the turning of the purples and the reds, right? That's the telltale sign. But this I-named storm will not make landfall in the United States, which is the good news here. Next name, by the way, on the list is Jerry. So just file that in the back of your mind. But look around Marsh Harbor there, and on the satellite presentation, you can absolutely see those deeper reds, that deeper convection firing up. So this is getting better organized. It's exactly what the Hurricane Center had forecast this to do. Maximum sustained winds are now up to 50 miles an hour, and as it lifts to the north, intensification will continue. This afternoon, 60 miles an hour, then 70 miles an hour by late tonight or early tomorrow morning. And at that point, it makes a hard right turn and moves away from us. The kind of oddity of this is that as it continues to move away, it looks to head right toward Bermuda, that tiny dot in the middle of the Atlantic. How does that happen? All right, back here at home, because it's still close enough right within about 200, 250 miles. We're talking about wind advisories this morning through Tuesday morning. Winds sustained 20 to 30 for Volusia and Brevard counties, but gusts could get upwards of 40 miles an hour. We also have high surf advisories for our beaches with 5-foot or larger breakers essentially all week long, and a high risk of rip currents. It's going to be dangerous. Don't go into the water. So this is why we're calling for impact weather today and tomorrow, especially at our coastal communities. Okay, just watch the waves. How as Imelda lifts away from the Bahamas, we're able to wrap that big wave action and bring it right up to our shoreline, and it keeps up there 4 to 8 feet through Wednesday, Thursday, and even through Friday. For today, beach boating forecast shows seas offshore for the boaters 8 to 10 plus. Only large vessels should be out there, frankly. 5 to 7 foot breakers, high risk of rip currents, and clearly small craft advisories are posted. These are the kind of vessels that'll be out there, and even the large cruise ships will be hanging close to Florida and getting as quickly as they can into the protection of the Bahamas, heading on to the south. Temperatures out the door in the 70s. First warning, live radar scanning from our West 2 studios around, finding some rains here in Flagler County. From time to time, we were looking at some cameras on my Coffee Talk broadcast a little bit ago. Gusty downpours in Marineland as this batch was moving on in. Same idea down here toward Ormond Beach, Daytona Beach, even New Smyrna Beach. More rains in Ocala where they're begging for rain. Happy to be getting it right now. And Leesburg with the showers too. On again, off again rains through the afternoon and frankly right through dinner time tonight. Futurecast showing that it's not just these bands of rain, but watch the gusts running 20, 30 miles an hour. And it continues all the way through the afternoon and even through the evening. The further east you live, the better opportunity there is to get rainfall on the periphery of Imelda. So here we are, Central Florida's certified most accurate 7-day forecast, showing that 50-50 shot of seeing rainfall for today. We're going to keep rains around through the weekend, rain chances even rising. And for our coastal communities, our coastal 7-day forecast showing impact weather because of the rough surf and the rip currents. Megan, good morning.
Good morning, Aaron. Traffic starting to improve this morning. It's been very busy for that morning.
All right, so we've got another weather hit for the Today Show, and then we've got another weather hit for Top of the C-Dub. Love field trips, and I'm loving your quick pop-ins during the day too. Victoria, thank you. Look, it's my goal to keep y'all up to date. You know, no matter what's going on in my life, it's my goal to keep you up to date. All right, let's look at the raw computer models here while we're taking a couple of seconds. Okay, GFS first showing Imelda being pulled out by Umberto. Love that. And we're just going to continue to track a little something there around October 4th. Now, the models for the last few weeks have been talking about that as a potential. Doesn't look like anything too strong, but there is an indicator there that there could be something that tries to form. So interesting. Then works into the Gulf. And then look at that on the right side out, kind of fades. What are you doing in the southern Gulf near the Bay of Campeche? Drink. Maybe a little something in Mexico. Oh, and then look at that at the very end. What do you, the GFS is like, we're just going to go with Hurricane-ageddon. Just a bunch of stuff. Okay. All right, so the GFS is doing GFS things. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised or worried by that. All right, let's look at the European. Imelda being pulled out by Umberto. A little something around October 4th. Perfect. That's as far as the 60 euro goes. Let's go further. All right. Nothing organized. Yeah, the euro looking much, much, much better. Let's switch over to the ensembles. All right. Yeah, obviously none of the GFS ensemble members bringing that ashore to Florida, so that's good. A couple of ensemble members, though, here around the 6th, showing something from the Caribbean trying to lift up into the Gulf. You see those members there? Interesting. And then a lot more members showing something trying to form in the Caribbean. So, don't be surprised if the Caribbean kind of starts to wake up a little bit. GFS has been lonely this season. It just wants attention, right? Right? It's doing what it needs to do to wake us up. All right, European. At the very end of the European, trying to show the Gulf waking up a little bit. Yeah. I mean, October looks to be busy. The ensembles don't really know what, but it looks to be busy. So that's absolutely an indicator. Not so much a threat as just kind of something to watch. Christy's asking, any cold fronts coming? Eventually. I don't really see much happening here shortly, but eventually. Mike's asking about the Madden-Julian oscillation. I've got work to do. I don't have it set up yet. Remember, we just launched a new graphics package. I had to completely rebuild. I know it doesn't look like I did, but I had to completely rebuild the Coffee Talk deal. So I don't have it currently set up where we can do the BSR. I'm sorry. I've got work to do. At least I recognize I have work to do. Matt says, BSR 2 weeks ago had those Gulf signals around the 6th-ish. See, this is why I need you to remember. You and Chris, y'all need to remember, because I don't have the memory. I've got the memory of not of an elephant. That I can promise you. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate you, buddy. All right. Questions, comments, concerns, my friends? Everything looking okay? Evelyn says, I love your new graphics. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You know what's kind of neat? Megan Mackey was talking about some of the new traffic graphics, and Megan was looking at some of our other stations that have them. And it's neat to get ideas from our other stations. What did they do when we handed them the templates? What did they do with their graphics, whether it be the traffic graphics or the weather graphics? So I think it's kind of fun. John says, Eric, you have a Wesh umbrella. Where's the Coffee Talk merch? We'll get there one day. Thinking drive out Cocoa Beach to see impressive waves at 7 o'clock tonight. Worth it? How big do you think the waves will be? I think, Joshua, if you want to see waves, if your sole purpose is to see waves, tomorrow is going to be more of a wave day. Here's the wave action, right? So for today, we build 5 to 7 feet. Tomorrow, we build 8 to 10 feet. So tomorrow is going to be the bigger day. That would be my suggestion. All right. Does that work for you? Hey, real quick, can I show you guys the newsroom? I don't know if I'm allowed to do this, but nobody's told me not to. So here we go. While the anchors are still doing their newscast, I just figure I'll walk this way with you. It looks like construction is about done. And furniture should be arriving soon. You guys ready? Look at this. Look at that. We can see the sunlight. Huh? That's kind of neat. It's not completely done at all, but it's on its way. That's going to be so beautiful to be able to walk out and see the sun. Oh, it's going to be so nice. No hype t-shirts. I like that. I like that a lot. Say hi to Ernesto.
Oh,
and Jason. Sorry, Jason. Who's Jason?
Stand by.
And Lindsay. Is this the cut-in? No, this is not the cut-in. Right?
No,
It is the cut-in. Oh, it is the cut-in. All right, let's go do the cut-in together.
Good morning, I'm Lindsay.
Let's do the cut-in.
Up and down Central Florida's East Coast, officials are urging would-be beachgoers just to avoid the water for the next couple of
You guys are
days.
distracted.
And it comes as Tropical Storm Imelda, as we see right here, continues to turn in the Atlantic. And while this system is going to move away from our state, it is still expected to bring rough surf and an increased risk of rip currents. So let's get right over to first warning meteorologist Aaron Burris, who got that intermediate advisory just about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, so the storm now has winds of 50 miles an hour, which basically means nothing more than it's going to be breezy for us here in Central Florida. And some of those outer bands from Imelda will come in from time to time, just as we're seeing on our first warning live Doppler radar. Today, 50% coverage of rain, getting a little drier Tuesday, Wednesday. Then those rain chances really picking up again, looking ahead to the weekend. Megan. Okay, then we have a really quick turnaround to the top of the newscast. Let me get this all set up. Who is Jason? He's one of our anchors. You know Jason. Cut and panic ensues. You know, it gets very busy. Debbie says, I was confused when I saw Cam on TV. Did you see her on TV today? I wouldn't think so. Lisa's love seeing behind the scenes. Oh, you get behind the scenes and so much more here. You get to see what a train wreck I am. Don't comment to that, Megan.
Well, they would see I'm a train wreck too.
You are not a train wreck.
At like 5 in the morning.
We had a busy morning.
It's always a busy morning nowadays.
I feel like it's always a busy morning. Yeah. Karen says you multitask so well. Look, I feel like in this business, we just have to.
You do, especially though. Like,
why?
You're just good at it. You're good at multitasking. Not everyone's good at that.
Hey.
I mean, I multitask too, but like, he'll be doing this, he'll be doing graphics, he'll be doing like making graphics, and then you'll be doing weather, and then you'll be on social media.
It's that
and then he'll be
undiagnosed.
writing a story for Friday. Like his brain works like.
It's that undiagnosed ADHD.
Yeah.
Undiagnosed.
Yes.
Okay, if anyone in the FAA is watching. All right, cut in time. Stand by.
Conditions expected along our coast. We're looking for that surf to really pick up. It's pretty calm right now, but in the water, and there are rip currents that are strong, and we are expecting things to get more intense in the water.
We'll get to you guys in a second.
Coastal conditions are one of those things we'll be watching as an indirect impact of the storm. Thanks for staying with us on Monday. I'm Jason Guy.
And I'm Lindsay Sablon. So let's get right over to the first warning bureau's Eric Burris has been keeping an eye on the storm all weekend long. The very latest showing is starting to strengthen just slightly.
It is, just as it was expected to. Winds have gone from 45 this morning to 50 now. And just looking at the satellite presentation, those purple shades are really starting to show up. The cloud tops are building. They're getting colder. So Imelda getting stronger, but it's doing so as it's getting ready to turn away from us. Winds will get up to 75 miles an hour by tomorrow afternoon. It will pull away as a Category 1 hurricane. But even though it stays at a safe distance, it's still within reach of throwing some very rough surf, some significant rip currents, and even squally weather. So as we track Imelda, we need to come to our own first warning live radar. And around Central Florida, we're watching those ribbons of rain coming in from time to time. Nothing severe, but pockets of heavy stuff, Salt Springs out through the Ocala National Forest, eventually working into Ocala, which is seeing a good downpour even as we speak. Daytona Beach, it's pouring down rain. But notice here in the metro, it's quiet with another batch of rain coming in along coastal Brevard County. This is the way it's going to be over the course of the day today. Hit or miss rains, 40-50% coverage. Highs today in the mid-80s. At least with the gusty winds, it'll feel pretty nice. All right, it's 8:31. It has been a busy weather morning and an even busier morning on the roads. Here's traffic expert Megan Mackey.
Yeah, unfortunately right now we are pretty quiet for that morning drive. The earlier traffic that was on
Thank you. All right. Where were we? Sandra's asking more on airtime with Kellyanne gone. I'm still sad about that. Yeah, so I'm hanging out here. I'll be with you on West 2 News Sunrise, Sundays through Thursdays, barring days off. I need to take some days off, but I digress. Sundays through Thursdays, and then Cam Tran will be with you on West 2 News Sunrise on Fridays and Saturdays. So that's kind of how we're splitting it up for now. Let's see here. Oh, a 3 for Debbie says you're a putz. My system is okay, but your volume keeps popping out. I have no idea. Stacy says I used to multitask, but I've quit that habit mostly. I'm just much calmer and still get it all done. I feel like my job somewhat requires multitasking. Lisa says it's been raining on and off, mostly on, for the better part of the past 24 hours here in the Treasure Coast. My yard has sprouted a little pond. Definitely not complaining, but could have been much worse. You know what I have not done yet? The yearly rain totals. So I'm gonna do the significant faux pas of going into the old graphics package. Don't judge me. All right, yearly rainfall. So Sanford is behind. Orlando's, I've got to rebuild this because my eyes are are hurting. Leesburg really could use some rainfall. So I'll build this today in the new graphics package. Oh, I'm sorry. But anyway, we see that there's still a good part of Central Florida that is behind where it should be in terms of rainfall. So definitely something that we need. When we look at the computer models, here's the European and the American GFS model. It looks like the vast majority of the heaviest rains are going to be along the East Coast spots. So yeah, we do have rain in the forecast, but it's going to be mainly across our East Coast spots. The further west you live, the lower the rain chance is going to be. Brian's asking, where did Kellyanne go? I haven't been able to catch the online videos for a while. So her husband is a pilot in the Navy, and he received a new duty station, and so she did the incredible thing of following her husband and resigning, which has made all of us very sad here in the weather department. I don't like most people, and I adore her. So I'm still sad. We were texting all weekend long. I didn't text her this morning, but she's starting her drive. But anyway, so there you go. All right. Other questions, comments, concerns that you all have about what's going on here? We've got a good opportunity for some rainfall these next couple of days. Notice for now, the rain chance really goes up, especially on Saturday. So yeah, there's that. All right. Anything else? Do you have anything else to add over here, Megan Mackey?
No, traffic's good right now.
Oh, we got to build that in the new graphic.
That's what I'm doing right now.
But that top to bottom has to be changed.
What do you mean?
We'll have to rebuild. We'll have to gut it. None of that works.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's more than just the banner.
Oh, I'm talking about the theme.
But it's more than the theme.
Really?
Yeah, the whole everything.
Fair.
I'll help you with that.
Okay.
I'm gonna get off coffee talk now and.
Nothing to add. That light is like super unflattering.
Oh, sorry. Here. How's that?
Yeah.
All right. I will see you all later. I'm gonna help her with that graphic. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you so much for hanging out.